I'm so glad I didn't let those beliefs stop me.
We are here to share and we are here to show you what's possible. If I don't show
my
up,
income,
I
someone
don't get
else
paid,
sets
and
the
that's
my
just
time
how it
off.
is.
Hello,
Okay.
everyone. Welcome to today's live. We're so glad to be here with you today, and we're truly excited to be here because we have a truly inspiring guest with us today. So, if you have ever wondered, can I really build a business while juggling work and motherhood? Then this episode is for you. I'm Mel, and this is Mel. And today we're interviewing a fellow business owner who's also a full time midwife and a young mom based in Dubai. Her name is Sis Moira, and she's originally from Africa. And despite her hectic schedule, she said yes to building something of her own, and now she's thriving in her online business. So we'll talk about her journey, her challenges, and what keeps her going, and the possibilities that open up when she made the brave decision to start this online business. So I'm Mel. I'm a proud single mom and a happy grandmother. I'm a former overseas worker and a full-time paint chemist, and I do that while I'm running my own online business. And for decades, I've been working hard for my family and building a life that's in my own terms, one that's filled with freedom and purpose and joy. And I believe it's never too late to dream bigger and live fully. And of course, my partner in crime, Mel, take it away.
Aloha, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Saturday. Thank you, Ate Mel. Yep, I am Mel. I'm a nurse by profession, and I am based here in Hawaii, USA. And yep, without further ado, we would like to welcome our guest. Hello,
Yes.
Sis Moira from
Yay.
Good
Dubai.
Hi, Miss
morning. Good
Moira.
morning.
We're super grateful for the time that you spend with us today because I know it's 7 a.m. in Dubai.
Yes.
It's waking up
Dubai.
early, and midwives in Dubai are busy. I don't know, maybe a lot of people are getting born in Dubai, but this is super exciting. So we want you to, those who will be listening to us, grab your favorite drink or snack and settle
Michael?
in and get ready to be inspired. Oh no, I don't have a drink. So this Moira, introduce yourself to us. Give us a little background about yourself.
Thank you, Sis Mel. And Sis Mel, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity on your stage. My name is Moira. I'm originally from the vibrant city of South Africa. I was born. It was then called Port Elizabeth. I think it was called after the Queen Elizabeth. With all the name changes, it's now Gqeberha. So with all the diverse cultures and things that's in South Africa, we have so many languages as well in South Africa, and I'm proud to be coming from that beautiful place. So I was born in that coastal place, southern south of South Africa, and very friendly people. I believe they're still friendly. I hope actually because I haven't been back home. It's 4 years now that I'm being in the UAE. I am a registered midwife, as Mel was saying. I'm still doing my full time job. And that's how I landed and ended up as an expat here. I'm here with my family, husband and boys. And I'm a proud digital business owner. And that is why I'm here today, just to share a bit of my story. Before starting my business, I was just an ordinary, comfortable in my field, as a midwife, as a nurse, as doing everything as a mom, being church, choir, youth, Sunday school, everything. That was just my ordinary life. I think I was just too comfortable at the point that there was no, I felt like there was no more growth. There was no, I like a challenge actually. I like doing something new or trying something new. I did start my own antenatal clinic back home. That was during the COVID time, when we found out that the pregnant women they're scared to come to clinic. So we miss out on women that have high risk problems or things that's happening. So they come with complications and things like that. So that's how I started my antenatal clinic. So I visited a woman at home. So I actually took the service to them, But with that business, let me tell you, it was a lot of time. It took a lot of time of myself because I had to do it when I finish my shift or when I'm night duty in the morning. I would see a couple of patients, and it was draining. It was exhausting. um, and I have a very small heart, and as kind as I am, at times when the woman does not have enough, to pay the fee, then Moira would just accept, whatever they can give. But I've never actually really saw the income, not that made was the main thing, because I know why I wanted to do this. But in the end, you also want that extra, right? But I didn't see that extra. And I've put a lot of time in that. I was actually very blessed when I started it because there were some things that I, especially equipment, there were things that I bought my own, and then there was a doctor that was so generous that blessed me with a mobile, ultrasound and things like that. So through the grace of God, that started, but it took a lot. It took a lot out of me, Sismel, honestly. So that was before I came to the UAE. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm sure it's very rewarding to be a midwife, like help bring those little cuties into this world.
Mm,
But as you said, some people in Africa will give you just whatever they have um,
mm,
as payment. Of course, we want more for ourselves. It's not
mm.
that it's not rewarding. It is rewarding, but we also need to look after our families. But
Yeah.
now you're still doing the midwife job
Mm,
for the rewards of bringing those little angels. But on the
mm.
side, have this online business for the rewards, right? So
Yeah.
Mel has another question for you.
Thank you, Ate. So, Sis Moira, what made you say yes to affiliate marketing, and what pushed you to start something new?
Um, you know what? Coming to the UAE, I actually thought, or I expected that life is going to be much more, better, easier. As most of us, when we move to another country, we want to improve our lives. So we want to better lives, to make it, say it easy, like that. Um, but it didn't go as planned. It didn't go so well. And this Moira made a couple of poor decisions. One of them, poor financial decisions as well, that ended up me being in that situation. I had challenges when it came to finances, right? And as life in the UAE, um, it with the changes, with the adjustment to the culture, to the rules, the regulations, the people, everything. It was not just the environment, the like the general, the government things that you need to know, but it was also at work adjustment and how they do their practices, because we do our clinical practice different. I think it's like globally, every country or every place has its way of doing things. But although the basic clinical care that we know is the same, but there are things that were done differently. So it was a huge adjustment for me. It was so challenging, right? That's besides that. So that is all affecting my mental health. It really affected my mental health. And a point that I think in the first couple of months when I was here, I felt like, oh, I made the wrong decision to come, or I was not worthy to be. But I questioned myself. To be honest, I questioned myself. What did I do then all these years? If if these people see that I'm not doing the right thing, is it me or what was the problem? So a lot of things went through my mind. That was the one thing. The other thing was, as I said, the financial poor decisions that I made, and I it was difficult for me to talk about it. But I thought to myself, Moira, you know what? These are the things that you need to talk about. It. You have to open up. You have to acknowledge that you did something wrong. Otherwise, you won't overcome that challenge, and that anxiety and the things that you put yourself into. So now it was a question of what do I do? You know, I am a God fearing woman. I pray every day, and I ask myself, I question God, why did you allow me to do this thing? Why did I ended up doing this thing? How did it ended up doing this thing? All those questions. I was questioning my faith, Mel. I was questioning my faith. But I prayed. I kept praying. I had family members, friends that prayed with me. And then I thought one day, yeah, Moira, you are in this situation. So you just need to get out of the situation. So what are you going to do? And with all the red tapes and things, restrictions and things, rules. Yes, I'm a person that would abide to rules and regulations and things like that, because those are the things that keeps the country and the people organized and in their lanes. You cannot have a place where there's no rules, there's no regulations. Otherwise, it's going to be chaos, right? But anyhow, I thought, okay, maybe I can just continue with what I did back home, do this antenatal care or something, but it's not that easy, right? It's not that easy. Heard a lot, did my research. I thought to myself, this is not going to work out. So I thought I have to go online, and see what is there online. Before I started this business, I did some things online, but it was like so sketchy. It was not like, I don't know, I cannot explain it. It was like, it was not clear, but it was just like when you are in a desperate situation, you just want to do anything, right? But at the end of the day, you lose. I lost again. So I started scrolling. I just scrolled again. I was not really a social media person. On Facebook, I just scrolled whatever. So I came across Brother Ryan's ad a couple of times, and I think more or less the same ads of other business owners, and that I've seen the faces now that I've seen on the ads before. And I thought to myself, I think I must just give this a go, because what am I going to lose now? I just give it a try and see what happens, because this is the thing that I'm in a really tight situation. There were times that I thought, oh my goodness, how am I going to survive this month? How am I going to survive a lot of things? How am I going to get through this? And that pushed me to do this business, something like this. But to be honest, when I really stepped my foot into this business, it was like, wow, what took me so long? You know what? To just to share this little thing. When I signed up, right? So now I signed up on Brother Ryan's website, and then I started getting this automated emails, right? And I still was skeptical. I was still questioning. I was still doing my own thing. And at a point that I was getting angry. What is this Ryan sending me emails over and over again? I don't want to see these things. And there were a couple of emails that I deleted. But at the end of the day, and then This one day, I thought, Moira, you really need to watch this webinar. And then I made time. I made time and I've watched that webinar from the beginning at full 90 minutes. And there were two stories that spoke to me directly. And that is when I made my decision. This I need to do. This I need to do.
Mm,
Wow. Thank you
so
for sharing
inspiring.
that. Yeah, it is. Thank you for sharing that, Sis Mara. It your story really reminds us that sometimes it's not about having all the answers or having everything figured out, or waiting for the perfect time, because
Mm,
let's be real, perfect time never comes.
Hmm.
It's more about listening to that quiet voice inside that says, what if I could do something different? What if this is the opportunity I've been praying for? It takes
Hmm.
guts to choose courage over comfort, and it's,
Hmm.
especially when life is already feeling full, right? So I know many of us can relate to that moment where we're scared but say yes anyway, or we do it anyway, because deep down, we know we are made for more. And your story, Sis Moira, is such a great reminder of that. Thank you.
yeah, it was very heart touch, touch my heart. Your story touching my heart. Like we've all been there. We've been
Hmm.
somewhere like in the deep end of the pool, and we've been pushed back, and we need to take action. And we're so glad you did. So, how does your family feel about you building an online business? And like, have they seen any changes in you?
My family back home didn't even know I'm starting this business. I just started it. I spoke to my husband, and I was always that person. I do things. I keep my
By
mouth
yourself?
shut and I just do my thing. And but anyhow, they didn't know. You know, but the feedback that I get from them now is that that everybody's watching me and see what am I doing, yeah, and I do get some positive feedback from them, um, and they do see a change in me. I am not a person that would have stood in front or do this interview actually with you guys. I'm not that type of person that likes to be on the spot in the spotlight. I'm like the behind the scenes person. I'm not the I feel like not I feel like I'm a person that I do not uh, take really credit for things that I do. Um I just do what I need to do. That's how I am. I just feel I need to do this thing. If it's the right thing to do, I will do it. I do not expect anything back.
Mm.
Um but sometimes when you are so kind-hearted, too much kind-hearted, and then sometimes people just tend to, take advantage of it. So I've learned also through that as well. So yes, they have seen a change in me, and I have seen a change in myself, and I love the way and the person that I've become since I started this business. I sometimes, or I used to have problems with confidence, or because I was a shy person, introverted. um, this really helped me to overcome that, and or to open up more. I don't talk easily about how I feel. I just continue, have my smile on my face, and take every day at life as it comes. I deal with whatever happens that time. So yeah, but I
Wow.
was just in this predicament, and I thought I need to get out of my this predicament, and I found this community, this platform, and no one is gonna change my mind in any case now. No one.
Yeah.
I have no regrets as well starting this business. Not at all.
I think that's why I love this online business because introverted people like us, I'm very introverted. Mel is also
Me too.
introvert.
Me too.
You're an introvert too, but we have seen changes, and I think the online space is where like people comes together,
Mm,
and like people with the same, what do you say, that like wavelength or like mindset. Yeah.
mm.
So yeah, I've seen I've seen changes in myself too. I've seen changes in Mel too. Like
Yeah, and it's
we're
it
a little bit more confident.
yes, ate. And one single decision can cause a ripple effect. We all know that
True.
how you show up with your family, and it touches everyone around you. So yep,
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, what's next? So okay, Sis Myra, what were the biggest hurdles you faced, technically or emotionally when you started this business?
Technically,
Like that.
technically is it's the biggest one. Oh my word. Trying to figure out, you okay. I did not grow up with computers in my hand. I didn't grow up with a computer in my hand, those years it was still papers, writing and everything. Even when I left South Africa 4 years ago, we didn't use computers at work. Not it's just like the admin people. So we used to still write in the books everything about the patient, right? I hope it changed by now. But anyhow, it's my people. That's my people. But anyhow, the technical issues, oh my goodness. And coming doing live sessions, that was the other thing. um since Jinky, bless her, oh my goodness, she helped me, you know facing and overcoming that, doing live sessions in front of the camera and things like that. We used to do it like recordings and things, just to give that boost and that confidence. So that was the one thing. If we talk about emotionally, I've done the 90 days of Aranet, and that is an amazing program that really helped me as well. With the topics that was covered, it was not just for my viewers in the audience. It was actually for me in a huge way as well. Um, the that really that really helped me. The hurdles that I faced also was the finances starting this business. I did not even have the $149 to be honest, to say it. But I made a plan. I told myself, okay, you just need to push through, even if you have to save every month to get that. I did not even have my investment, package. And then I thought, okay, Moira, you did it once, so you can do it again. You know, so I pushed myself. I saved, and I ended up, starting this business with what I had, and here I am. You know, um, looking back at where I started with nothing, and I have gained so much, so much, so much. Not just friends online, people, everybody that's in this community. Sure. The people that makes a difference in your lives just by saying couple of words, a few words, when you felt like that day, um, this day is not going right, or things are just upside down, and you're just facing issues again, or personal things, and it feels like you cannot just, oh, why does this, you cannot just overcome this, why is this things like that, but that is now also, I'm talking about the emotional side as well. And just the people in this community, that makes a huge difference besides everything that we get in this and receive in this business and have in this business. But those were the things, those were the things that I struggled a bit, starting this business. But I was reminded the other day, if you want to eat an elephant, you eat it
Piece
bit
by
by
piece.
bit every single day. And that is how I'm doing it now. So smell and smell, I take it every single day, bit by bit. That's how I do it.
Oh, thank you for sharing this. Yeah, those hurdles are so real. Not everyone is tech savvy or business minded, but that's okay because every skill can be learned, and what matters most is the willingness to grow
Mm,
through the uncomfortable parts, and especially when you're also juggling work, family,
Mm,
exhaustion, oh my god, and then trying to learn something completely new. It's easy to feel overwhelmed before you even start. you
mm,
know we all start from zero, but what makes the difference is having the heart to keep going even when it's hard.
mm.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Time
like
was the
that.
other thing. Time was the other thing, especially as you
Oh,
say,
yeah.
with the work schedule. I thought, how am I going to do this?
Mm-hmm.
uh, because I was like, we have our mastermind at 4 a.m. on a Thursday, or I have to sleep this couple of hours just to get and wake up to watch this mastermind because you are initially you just want to want to learn, and it's all about the time management also, organizing yourself. So it was difficult at the beginning, but now
It's
as
all
as
worth it.
time goes on, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's hard to climb a mountain. You have to start from the bottom, right?
Yep.
But
Mm,
we will all be on top one day because, as you said, you eat the elephant piece by piece. I really like that. But with all these things that's been happening, being technically challenged or financially, emotionally, and then the time, was there a time that you felt like I want to give up? This is not for me, and what made you keep going?
um to be honestly answering that question, I think it was at the beginning that I felt like I don't know if I will be able to do this with my work schedule, um because we have set 12-hour shifts. We don't have like other countries that have like certain hours that they come in the afternoon and they work maybe 6 hours and they come back or go home and come back. With us, it's that 12 hours, right? And at times, the 12 hours become 13, 14 hours. So now you have to count the commute back home or going to work. It was very uh, draining, exhausting, and then I still had to do my do the business. And initially, especially with this content creation and things like that, the postings that we need to do, and engaging with our viewers, audience, followers, our leads, people that's interest, inquiries and things like that, and then engage in programs, to help grow my business. But it was so difficult. It was difficult. It's really difficult in the beginning, and especially I do not have a business background, so now like uh, this I had to learn everything, you know. But what I'm grateful for uh, is the how the training site is, the video based, and It was actually easy to learn. I was scared that okay, this trainings is going to be like 20 minutes, 30 minutes long and things like that. But it's like short video trainings, 5, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, it, 11 minutes probably is the maximum, but it's short videos. And it actually made a huge difference because now I don't concentrate or think of, oh, I'm going to sit 30 minutes, you know. Um, I didn't want it to feel like this business is a burden, you know, because I don't want it to be a burden. I want to enjoy this, and I'm enjoying this because I figured it out for myself, you know, and I had to work around my work schedule. And what kept me going, as I say, the people in this community, the inspiration, the motivation, and the stories of the people. Um, Even the people that I've interviewed on my platform, and still the interviews that's done, and you listen to the stories of these people, and then you think, yes, so you think your problem was big, but listen to these people's problems. You know, it's like it's much more challenging what they went through. You know, but a problem is a problem, right? But what keeps me still going in this business is there are people that's not giving up. So if there are people that's not giving up over 70 years, over 80, if there are seniors in this business that age, and I'm still in my 40s, Moira, what's wrong with you? You need to keep going, you know? But the other thing is, my why is there's two boys of me inside. They are in front of me, you know, every time when I feel like it's too much. It cannot be too much for me. I need to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to achieve my goal that I've set for myself and for them because this is their future. I'm building this legacy for them. So this is what keeping me going.
You're muted, ate.
Sorry, my dog was barking, so I muted myself. But I like what you said, like how the training is designed to be a little nuggets of success because it's
Mm,
a mini video and then you learn
mm,
something. Then you check that box off, gives you like confidence. Oh, I can do this. I'll do the next one, right?
mm,
And of course, your why. I, of course, that's what the most that keeps us going. Like, I like in here, like we all have, we all want something more in life. Not settling, not settling. This is not it. This is not for me. This is there's something more out there, and I'm gonna get it. I like that. Well,
And to add that to ate and sis Moira, like I know it's exhausting working 10, 12 hour shifts. And like for me, when I come home, I think, okay, I'm gonna do the business. And I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but I still choose to show up because what I always play in my mind is that, Mel, you already work 12 hours to help someone else's dream, to build someone else's dream. Now it's time to build your dream. So I
yes.
always keep replaying that on my mind. So,
Mm,
yep.
nice. Yes.
Okay. Okay, sis Moira, what has been the most fulfilling part of this online business journey so far?
Um, when I received my first 3 figures, that made everything real. That was the first part, you know. It was uh, because when you invest in a business, you know, there's a lot of things that goes through your mind, right? Um, Uh, but when I received my first, income, I thought, yes, Moira, but if you receive this first income, then there's surely a lot that's going to come after that. You just need to do what you need to do. The fulfilling part of this journey is starting it from nothing, and then I'm in this business now for this year. September will be 2 years, and what I have achieved so far, I'm talking about emotionally, personally, professionally, you know, is far more than actually that financial, gain and income. And then I got the four figure after that. And then I was excited, right? Because I thought it started at three figures, then it's four figures. So definitely the maths will work out because my budget didn't work out before I started this business. So definitely the budget will work out, you know, in this business. So that is also like something that, it keeps you driven, it keeps you motivated, and also the success stories of these people, you know and I cannot look far. I'm looking at Brother Ryan's journey, where he is coming from. His story is really inspiring. And with him and his partner, his wife, that were separated, but now they are together due to this business. And this is not something that he is saying. We are seeing it. You know, that's the fulfilling part of this journey as well. When you see the success stories of these people, not just them telling it, you see it. You see the difference in your business partners. Um, life, the difference. She smiles better, or she um, you know uh, her experience, what she's going through, that is also the fulfilling part in this journey for me, because then I know this definitely works. you know Even with when I had my first income, it worked. I told myself that this is something that works. It's not just the people said it's a proven system. It's not just the thing that the ad that I read. This is a proven system. This is an automated system. This is this and that. I experience it. I see it. I love it, and that's the fulfilling part of this journey. And to be able to share this to the world globally, right? Um, I am not scared to share this business to anybody, because this is a real business. Some people are still questioning it. They are still. I had a very strange comment the other day. I did not respond to that comment. Someone that sounded very frustrated. I don't know what happened with him. That's not my business. But there was another comment from someone, and I explained to him, I understand your experience, what you went through, but I am just sharing with you what I'm experiencing in this business. I would have never shared my information with you. I would never have my face in front of you. I would never done the ad, doing a video ad with my face and expose me, my family, my children, if this business was not real. So the fulfilling part of this journey is experiencing and seeing what other people, the success stories of other people, and what they have gone through, you know, what they are sharing with us, what we see. Yeah, we had a convention last weekend, right?
Yeah.
And it was like I was also at that convention because our business partners shared there, what was happening there. And you felt that warmth, the energy, you felt that energy, that positive energy. People that you've met online, seeing there together, you know, that's also a fulfilling part of this journey. It really keeps you also, you know, that's also things that keeps me going. So yeah.
Yeah, It- indeed it is. Like when you find something that lights you up again, especially after years of like giving and giving, and it's like it feels like what you call this, like rediscovering a piece of yourself, that got lost in the seasons of your life, and that's the kind of success that truly matters. It's not
Mm,
it's not just the income, what you have transformed into after finding this online business.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
other
like
thing that I
that.
forgot to mention was my business partner, Fanny in Saudi. You know, um, I we the connection and just uh, helping each other and supporting each other. Not just her, everybody in the team, everybody like me and Sis Mel is in this one group, and then you have another group, and it's just that's the fulfilling part, you know, just being there for one another, you know.
Connect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's very important too, especially women, to be connected with other women. Now we're not like locally connected, we're internationally connected. And
Mhm.
Mm,
that's really powerful. It affects our
mm.
emotional, what do you call that, stability. That's what I think. Yeah. So I have a next question for you, and that is, what is your vision for this business in the next 3 to 5 years, Ms. Moira?
For the next 3 to 5 years to retire early. I'm working towards early retirement, and this plan, this plan that I'm working on now, my business to work for me, to earn my passive income, and to help so much more, you know, others, you know, starting their businesses. But it starts with me first. I think it starts with me first, right? But anyhow, for the next 3 to 5 years, that's my goal, um, to earn my passive income, to retire early, and what was the other thing I was thinking now? I wanted to answer. Um, I have my vision board, you know.
Mhm.
So everything that's on my vision board, I that is for the next 3 to 5 years, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to uh, have my own. Besides my online business, I still have other plans, you know, holding other things and helping, especially family members with also this, you know, coming into this business and see and experience what I experience.
Yeah.
So
This is
yeah.
what's good in this business. Like, you have a vision, and you know you can get that to happen. It it, it,
Mm,
it it can be possible through this business because you've seen others do it, like from
yeah.
zero to hero, right? Like they're building, not just their dream but dreams of other people, and we can help people all around the world, women who are in the situation, similar situation as we are, and it is achievable. So that's why we love this business. We're still here. We're still
Yeah.
thriving. Yeah. Well,
Okay. um so I know for sure we have audiences that feel stuck, tired. They feel like their time has passed, and or they have a full schedule, or they're in the middle of a chaos right now. Sis Moira, what's your message to our viewers, our audiences?
Um, You know what? There is no better time. There is no better time, you know, than start doing the thing that is placed in your heart. You know, God has given you a vision. God has given you a dream, um, that you need to achieve. You need to achieve that goal. He's given you that vision. And you need to work because we all have our talents, we all have our gifts, we all have uh, uh, what's inside of us, right? To share it out there and explore it. I was a very scared, skeptical, and anxious woman, you know, starting this business. But let me tell you, I have never been once felt alone actually, you know, when I started this business. I have always been surrounded with the most beautiful, amazing, incredible, successful, inspirational people, because I made it not a plan. I'm looking for the word. You know, um, why can't I get to this English words now? But anyhow, you need to be have that determination. You know, you have to have that drive. You have to have um, that energy, or that, I do not know what to say, that vibe, that attitude. You know, you need to push through. You need to push through. You know, you need to sacrifice. Some people do not know how to sacrifice. They want this thing now. They want to get rich now. It doesn't work that way. You know, it doesn't work that way. Success is a journey, they say, right? Success is a journey. You never know where you can end up in the next month. You never know where you can end up in the next year. But if you do not put and start on working on that plan now, you know, you're going to be in the same situation, in the same place in the next month, in the next year, in the next 5 years. And you're going to still complain about the same thing that you do not have. But yet, God has given you that talents. God has given you the gifts. You know who you are. You know, you just need to be you. And then with what you have, with what you have, you know, join it with the smell, join it with the smell, join it with whoever, you know, inspires you, who's your role model, who motivates you and encourages you, and you know what you want to do. If you want to start a business like this, an online business, right? You connect with people that's doing the online business already, that's successful. You're not going to join or connect with people that's not doing the business, you know, because they're going to give you negative uh, uh, um, answers. They're going to give you negative comments. They're going to discourage you, right? That's why they say keep this thing. You close it. You know, you lock yourself in a room. Or if you are married, or if you're a partner, or whoever, you talk and you discuss and you say, "This is my plan. This is what I pray about. This is what I want to do." Then you talk about it. You pray about it. You know, you put it on paper, and then you sit and you do your research and you start the action. Doesn't matter if you have $1 or 1 rand or whatever in your, you do not need money to start the business, they say. But in this business, you have to have an investment. You have to have a capital to start the business, right? But there's so many ways to get this capital. So many ways to get this capital. You save, you loan, you take a loan out, you borrow, you whatever. People borrowed in this business, you know. Um, but look where they are. They paid it back because of this, the income that they receive. You know, fears will be there, but it's your faith. It's your faith. Everybody has a strong ability or strong character or something within them, you know, that can help them make that decision that they need in order to fulfill their life. So here we are. We are here. We are successful businesswomen and we are global business owners that is ready to guide you, to show you the way, how to do it. We cannot say when because you are going to determine that yourself, where you're going to do it. Because this is global, you do it anywhere, wherever, what time you have. When you have a hardworking woman like me, I'm still doing my full-time job, and I'm doing this as a plan B for now. It's not a side hustle. This is a business that I'm running. So I treat it as a business, not as a side hustle. I treat it as a business because in the next 3 to 5 years, the business needs to give me the kaching kaching. So yeah, that's it.
Wow, that was so inspiring. Thank you, Sis Myra. Just listening to Sis Myra's journey reminds me that, it's not about having all the time or having all the answers. It's about being willing to take that first small step, even if you're scared or unsure. And as moms, as women, we wear so many hats. We give
Mm,
so much of ourselves to our families, to our work, our communities, but sometimes we forget that um, we are allowed to want more too, more flexibility, more peace of mind, more presence at home, and more control over our time and future. And this online business may not be for everyone, but if a little part of you is feeling curious, or you've been praying for a sign, or you're just tired of the same routine, maybe this is your moment to explore what's possible. So if anything Sis Moira shared today spoke to you, reach out to us. We're more than happy to chat, answer your questions. Just check it out, see for yourself what this is all about. No pressure, just real conversations and information. And yep, thanks again for joining us today.
Thank you for
Um,
joining us.
thank you, Sis Maya, for your
Thank you so
time. It was
much.
thank
We're
you,
really
Sis
powerful,
Mel. Thank you, Sis
so
Mel.
story of yours. And then,
another story.
okay,
Thank you
everyone,
again.
we'll see
Bye,
you again
everyone.
next time for another dose of inspiration and real talk. Have a blessed weekend.
We'll see you
Aloha.
next time.
Bye.
Aloha.